It's the Digital Board Gamer, and here we're with Frosthaven, the demo. If you're not familiar with Frosthaven, it's the second game in the series, Gloomhaven. Most people are familiar with Gloomhaven, but if you're not familiar with Gloomhaven, it's a very large campaign game. It was rated on BGG #1 for a long time, and there's an app for that one, but this is the new app coming out. Steam is currently doing their Next Fest, where they put a bunch of demos out, and Frosthaven's one of the few really good board games out there that you can try out. This is obviously a board game first. Frosthaven is yet to be released. This is just the demo. The game is going to be coming to early access for PC first. If you're interested in just playing Gloomhaven, it's currently on sale for $13.99 on Steam. I have to first say that I'm not very good at this game. It is not an easy game. You saw mixed reviews there on Steam. Several people talked about how difficult the game is. So I don't think when you start a new campaign, tutorial is good. If you've already played Gloomhaven, I think there's only 2 things you need to know, and I'll explain that in a second. But when picking the campaign, I don't think there's anything wrong with just doing story for the first time. I play standard, and I've lost a couple times. I've beaten it once, but I've played 4 or 5 times. Actually, this is the 6th party. So I've played quite a few times to try to figure out some things with it. First, playing solo here, you can do 4 players if you want. Might make it a little bit easier, especially with the banner spear. She here requires allies to be in a certain place. She can summon her own ally, which helps, but I think if you had 4 people or 4 characters, I think she'd be a lot easier to play. Correct me if I'm wrong with that thinking, but I think so. I don't have any experience with Frosthaven in print. I do own Gloomhaven. I've played it quite a bit, and then I've played the digital version for about 20 hours. But I recommend doing the Drifter. The Drifter here has a lot of these ability cards here, like Crushing Weight, which allows you to get +2 damage on your next 6 melee attacks. A lot of characters did that in Gloomhaven. He has one for ranged, one for healing, and then one for movement as well. You regain 2 uses of your active bonuses. So he's got a lot of cards that allow that. So I think setting him up, the first action I do with him is generally, since I play more of a range character with him, I do the healing one here, and then I do the melee damage one here. And that sets him up, and then all my abilities, when I use it, I get my active bonuses with it, and I regain them. Then I have most luck with the Deathwalker. Her biggest thing here is she's going to put out these shadow on the board, like here, placing 3 shadows on the board, and that's going to allow her to use a lot of her own abilities. I have not used the Bone Shaper yet. She is the most complex, the game says. And like I said, I've used the Banner Spear. But like a lot of it, you have to position an ally. Like right there, the blue that in that bottom right is where you have to place an ally. So you have to have you and an ally next to each other to deal damage. And with 2 people and the summon, I just found it difficult at times for her to do a lot of her damage because nobody was in the right position. There's probably learning I need to do. She has a lot of movement that kind of helps people move, because I always found that my ally that you can summon here was always out of place. He was never close enough. So probably learning that I need to do, but some experience that I've learned from the first 4 hours of the demo that I've played. For buying, I feel like this character here is my guy going in and taking damage. So I always buy an Amulet of Life, just a little bit of healing. It's basically 2 health that he can heals, but then I have my ability to heal 2 extra. So it's quite a bit of healing with this amulet, because generally I'll use it twice in a battle and then rest, and then you can use it again. So that's generally what I like. And then I like just either the shield to prevent a little bit of damage, or the dagger to do a little bit more poison damage. So one of those 2 I think goes well. With my Deathwalker, I kind of like the Warden Robes. It helps protect your summon a little bit more. She does have the ability to summon a character. If you're not going to be using the summon a lot, I probably don't recommend it. Then you could go with the poison dagger and maybe the heal again. She's a lot more fragile. She can't take many hits. So you have to be careful. There's not a whole lot of healing that she can do because she'll just be dead. All right, so the few keys that I think you really need are B as in boy. When you click on a character, it'll show you information. If you click on a card, it'll show you more information. So if you played Gloomhaven before, but it's been a while, or you've never played it digitally, B is the important key to know. The other one here, there's some characters, I don't think either of these characters have it. This ability here, how it's got that kind of area of attack. If you hit R, it'll rotate it around. That's really important, especially if you play the Spearman, the Bannerman guy, because she needs to be next and everybody has to be in a certain position, and then R will rotate it. If you've played Gloomhaven before, either digital or in print, I don't think you need to play the training. Those are the two things that I learned that I thought were really most important. But if you've never played it before, definitely play it. It won't teach you a ton. It won't teach you everything. I feel like if you're new to Gloomhaven, you're still going to struggle a little bit. But if you want to watch a how to play video a little bit longer, or if you want to just kind of struggle through it, I think you can pick it up after a few attempts. Be aware that the demo only runs until the 16th at 10 a.m. So you only have a few days to download and try it out if you want. From there, they'll go early access hopefully soon, and then I'll cover it a little bit more here. I'm trying to cover more than just BGA on my channel. There's a lot more to digital board games than just BGA. So this will be a fun game for us to cover on the channel. Well, I've been the Digital Board Gamer. As always, good luck and have fun.